I don't know if you guys can see him, but we got a little visitor here. Salem's to my right at some point who will probably jump on my lap. But nonetheless, we proceed with this segment. So I got a video here for you. This is from More Perfect Union. And basically, they go and talk to Trump supporters and discuss what it would mean to them that Medicaid is being cut. And honestly, it's not pretty, bro. It is not pretty. So let's play it for you, and then we'll break it down. Oh, Jesus. Salem. How the hell did he even get back there? That's insane. That's literally just like a little ledge on the seat. That's genuinely impressive. My little leopard or jaguar, whatever the fuck. All right, here we go.
My medication, it runs $20,000 a month.
$20,000 a month for his medication, and he makes $800 a month.
Without insurance. I make $800 a month. Oh, that will kill me. That would kill my friends. That would kill millions of people in this country if they lose their health care.
We're in California's District 22, a rural community in the state's Central Valley. This district voted for Trump for the first time in 2024, but now his policies threaten one of the benefits people here rely on the most. Do you know anyone personally who voted for President Trump but depends on benefits like Medicaid?
Oh yeah. I know a lot of people.
One resident who would be impacted by Medicaid cuts is 64-year-old Irma Arredondo, who voted for Trump in 2024. Irma has several chronic health issues, including type 1 diabetes. She's also a full-time caregiver for her daughter, who has cerebral palsy, and her sister, who has Turner syndrome.
Oof. I don't know if people can truly wrap their minds around just how much this ruins the lives of these people. Look, they crunch the numbers, and they say over 16 million people are going to lose their health care because of the big bullshit bill. You're going to have about 50,000 more people die every single year because of this bill, because they lost their health care. That's to say nothing of the food stamp cuts. That's to say nothing of the cuts to free school lunch for kids. That's to say nothing of the other provisions of the bill, which are an absolute catastrophe, like giving $170 billion to Trump's ICE Gestapo to keep rounding up innocent people. And so this is why I called this bill societal suicide. That's what it is. I mean, we already have a record level of income and wealth inequality, and this just puts that on steroids and human growth hormone and makes it so that basically the bottom 90% have fucking nothing and the top 1% have everything. And here these people are saying, look, it's a wrap. Like, if I lose my healthcare, it's a wrap. I don't know what I'm going to do. I can go bankrupt. I can die. My whole family is going to be overloaded with debt. There's no way out. In many of these instances, people are in a position where they can't work. They have to take care of somebody full time. And this just nonchalant, willy-nilly, Trump ripped healthcare away from these people to give another tax cut to billionaires and corporations and the mega wealthy.
The medicine that my daughter takes for seizures, I won't be able to afford it. So we feel hopeless if those cuts come, What we're going to do.
Irma was a farm worker for more than a decade. She believes that some of her and her children's health issues can be linked to the pesticides she was exposed to while working in the fields.
Look at me right now. Look at me, how many sicknesses that I have. We got all in the fields. Where else? I feel like these tubby nuts in the back. Why? Why when we put food on their tables? Trump promised a lot of things. I thought it would be more family values and those programs that we really need here.
One of those promises was to protect Medicaid, which 67% of people in this district rely on. It's the largest percentage of any district in the entire country.
Can you guarantee that Medicare and Medicaid will not be touched?
Yeah, I have said it so many times, we're not going to touch it.
The yeas are 218, the nays are 214. The motion is adopted.
This bill represents the largest cut to Medicaid in American history. It will devastate vulnerable populations.
The largest tax break go to the wealthiest individuals. Are those your values?
No, that's not right.
Irma isn't the only one in District 22 who feels betrayed by the administration's plan to gut Medicaid.
The only people they're hurting are those poor people that really need the stuff. Elon Musk doesn't need it, Trump doesn't need it, and billionaires don't need it.
They're making out big time with this, but they're hurting people in the process.
If we could go back to November, who would you vote for now, seeing what you see?
For either one.
You just wouldn't have voted?
None either.
That's insane to me. That last part, I wouldn't have voted. One candidate was not going to destroy Medicaid, and the other one did. Like, you literally would not have this problem if the Democrats were in control. And by the way, we were kind enough in the past to say, oh, yeah, are there a handful of Republicans who are against cutting Medicaid? Sure, there's a handful of them. But if you actually look at how they voted in the Senate, and in the House, mind you, even the ones who were the strongest voices against cutting Medicaid, like Josh Hawley, he bent the knee and he voted for the bill to cut Medicaid. As he voted to cut Medicaid, he was out there giving interviews saying, I'll never cut Medicaid. Cutting Medicaid is horrible. You can't do that, man. Come on, man. So they lied. They lied. Look, it's ironclad. It is set in stone. It is gospel among elected Republicans. They want to destroy Medicaid. They want to destroy Medicare. They want to destroy Social Security. They want to get rid of the regulatory state, get rid of the social safety net, and give all the money to the wealthy, and also not regulate business and let them commit whatever kind of fraud they want to commit, let them pollute however they want to pollute. That's their ideology. It's never changed. Mix that with war. This is what the Republican Party is. They might lie. They might bullshit you on the campaign trail. Trump may have said a number of times, we're not going to cut Medicaid to Social Security and Medicare. Lies. Lies. The same guy who, by the way, literally told over 30,000 lies in his first term. The most prolific liar as an American president of all time. And unfortunately, a bunch of people fell for it. And I don't know, man, it just, so, when you watch video like this, you go, why? Why would you, number one, cast that vote, but number two, now even after the fact say, I just wouldn't have voted. Why? Because even if you take, look, the Democrats have countless problems, and we get into them on the show all the time. But let's do a comparison real quick. Here's Trump's record on economic stuff. He killed an increase in overtime pay for millions of people that the Democrats put in place. He killed the $15 minimum wage for federal contractors that the Democrats had put in place. He opposes the PRO Act, which makes it so more people can join a union and get higher wages and get better benefits. He opposed a minimum wage increase. He destroyed the NLRB with anti-union picks. He destroyed the CFPB, which is, of course, the anti-scam police that, help you when you get screwed over by big business. He outsourced 200,000 jobs in his first term. He killed 115,000 factory jobs so far in his second term. His tax bill raises taxes on the bottom 90% and cuts them for the billionaires. Now we know he just destroyed Medicaid. In his first term, 2.3 million people lost their health care. That's his first term. He tried to do a bill that would have taken more health care away from people, and John McCain had to come in and save the day at the very last second. So given that that's the record, and then again, you compare it to a Democrat, and I got countless problems with Biden, but he did $15 minimum wage for federal contractors. He increased Social Security payments on the way out. He raised overtime pay. He did project labor agreements for construction workers to raise their pay. He created 775,000 factory jobs with the CHIPS Act and the infrastructure bill. He had a pro-labor NLRB. His CFPB was doing good work. The anti-scam police were doing good work. And he cracked down on wealthy tax cheats. So that's like a mid-Democratic president, a nothing special Democratic president versus literally any Republican. Things like this, I'm sorry, but it's not going to be Democrats cutting pediatric cancer research or Meals on Wheels or firing our top nuclear safety officials and then having to beg to bring them back. Or it just wouldn't happen. Certain things wouldn't happen. So so these people's lives have been completely upended, completely destroyed. And it's a country-breaking moment, right? It's a society-shattering moment. And I think the elites operate under this delusion. The Republicans operate under this delusion that, basically the population can and will take anything. They'll just accept anything. And I think they're going to find out that's not true. Just like we had Luigi Mangione, what he did, there's probably going to be a lot more Luigi Mangionis. There's probably going to be a lot more, not only protests, but riots. There's going to be a lot more, there's going to be an uptick in societal instability, right? This is going to manifest in horrific ways. When you give people no choice, no chance, no out, that bubbles up. That has consequences. But they act like it doesn't. So, man, 16 million people or more lives ruined like that. At the same time, the top 1% are going to get more wealth. And my heart breaks for these people. As I said, look, the difference between us and them is that when Trump says, and when the Republicans say, we hate Democrats, as they do, they say that all the time. What they mean is, yes, I literally hate about 50% of the population and I actively wish harm on them. The difference between them and us is that when I say, I hate MAGA, I hate the Republicans. And I do. We're not going to get along. We're not going to sit around and giggle. We're not going to, hold hands and frolic in the field. I do hate them. But the difference is, even though I hate them, I don't want their lives to be destroyed. I want them to live happy, fruitful, peaceful lives. I want them to have higher wages. I want them to have free healthcare. I want them, to be able to have a household that, is doing well and thriving, and your kids have a chance and you have a chance and you're not living in hell on earth. I want a standard of living and a quality of life that is way better than what it currently is. That's the difference. I may not hang out with them. I may not giggle with them. We may not be friends. We may not talk on a regular basis, but I want them to have good lives. They, on the other hand, are actively trying to ruin not just Democrats' lives, but literally the whole country other than the top 1%. They will do anything and everything to super serve the billionaires and the fascists. And so, you have to ask the question. You have to ask the question, like, what was the motivating thing then that these people voted on? Was it that you hate trans people? Was it that you hate immigrants? Right? Do you actually blame them for your problems when, objectively speaking, they are not the problem? Is that what it is? Or did you just fall for the vibes, the entertainment value, the charisma? Right? Or did you believe the lies of... And this is the way it works. And I'll end on this point. This is the way it works. When Trump and the Republicans say they're going to do a good thing, like protect Medicaid, they are lying. They are not going to do that. They are going to cut Medicaid. When Trump and the Republicans say they're going to do a bad thing, they mean that, and they're going to do it. That's how they function. So now that you have the iron rule of politics, we'll call it the iron rule of politics, Kyle's iron rule of politics, make decisions accordingly. And I'm sorry, but the answer that lady gave at the end, that's not going to cut it. It's not enough to be like, I'll just abstain completely. Well, that could still lead to you losing your health care and your life being destroyed and millions of other people's lives being destroyed. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.